Hello, everybody. Awesome Sauce Gaming TV coming at you live here for a beautiful best-of-3 situation coming up. I'm your host, Awesome Sauce, the caster of the day, as well as your cameraman and technology extraordinaire here. But tonight, we've got a best-of-3 coming up here. This is going to be Wisefrag going up against Final Boss, Final_Boss, and a best-of-3. So just a little bit of I'll give you some stats about these teams as we continue to roll into this. We're going to go ahead and start this off into the knife round here. Really not much to talk about here. Wisefrag 15-1 in the regular season. The only game that they lost was a 10-16 loss. They have been doing very well. They 2-0'd in their last fantastic best-of-3, 16-2 and 16-8, and this team is looking to find a way to get it done. We've got Moxie, Feint, Cobalt, Random, and the last player who I cannot see at the moment because they are covered up by the text. We'll get to them in a second. But with Wisefrag, Narco, Broken Legs, Picker, Hunders, and Flip. So we do have that coming up here. Random, by the way, is the other player for Final Boss. And here we go here. Wisefrag starting on the T side. This is going to be fantastic here. This is going to be a fantastic best-of-3. Really glad to have Wisefrag here today in this match going on right now. Coming up here, you can see a really slow play coming out from the terrorists here. Wisefrag on Mirage. You know, I talked to them a little bit before the game, and I can't really explain to you exactly what they said, but I will say that they are aware that they have to take things slow. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up just a little bit here so you guys can hear a little bit more of the game. Okay. It's really, really important that you guys are able to hear and have a good balanced experience here. But the terrorists throwing a smoke. And then they're going to go ahead and execute onto this A site. And they're moving their way out. And they're just going to force their way out of here. Nobody's died yet. Just a bunch of chaos ensuing on the site. They get the site, the first 2 picks. Here comes the rotations. Cobalt, a nice shot there for Final. But it looks like the terrorists are doing such an exceptional job. They get the bomb planted for Cat, and they're able to win the round because of it. So 1-0 scoreline. Wisefrag coming out very strong with some smokes, able to get out and make something happen. And this is what we talked about. The way that they're playing this, very slow. They're taking their time. Excellent job by them. Really appreciate those of you watching tonight here as this best-of-3 is brought to you by Wisefrag. You can check them out. Really glad to have them here. And this team, a team that, well, people should be really concerned about here in ESEA Open Playoffs here, as they already won their first best-of-3. And you take a look here, I think it's interesting how they've got 2 guys chilling right outside of here, outside of A, and they have their B players hanging out, kind of over in this area here by side hall. They're going to bring them over towards mid, so this is a great position for them to be in here. Go ahead and increase this FPS. Hopefully that'll stop the lag. But you see here, Terrace playing this very slow. Wisefrag again here at mid. Go ahead and turn the auto director on and start talking about a little bit of this. You got Narco here moving his way, and he's going to be able to contact Feint, so he does engage a little bit with him. They don't see the bomb. And Final, just not seeing much info at this moment. Taking their time, playing it very slow. Hunders is going to go ahead and engage with Random. Inte takes him out, and there was a trade on A site, but it really wasn't even what that mattered because they get onto the site, and here comes Flip and the terrorists here for Wisefrag, as they do have a 3v2 post plant. And they're playing this very intelligent here outside of apartments. They're also playing it inside as well. They do have Picker coming around as a lurk. That's dangerous, though, because he could engage with Tay. So Inte takes him out. Picker, again, he's got to run. Goes down. Broken Legs gets a nice kill. It's Inte in a 1v2. No way he's going to be able to do this. Just Broken Legs rips his face off and body. And he is going to win the round. So the Wisefrag a quick 2-0. And really nice job by them to get in there. Their patient play here, very well understood, is now they've got Final Boss in a situation where they have to save, they can't buy. And with that play, really just a solid execute onto the B side. I'm Awesome Sauce, your host. It looks like a pause coming in here from Final Boss as one of their players left the game. So that is definitely unfortunate. Those of you watching, really appreciate you guys being here and watching this stream here. This is Wisefrag versus Final Boss. A lot of good stats about both of these teams. You know, for the season, Narco had the most frags for Wisefrag, 251. It's just insane. ADR of 100.4. 0.98 frags around. Great job by him. Really impressive to see that. And we will continue on into this as Wisefrag up 2-0 early, and this is exceptional for them to be up so early. You see the CTs really not being able to bind things. Some P250s, they're going to go ahead and push up mid. Intake goes down, takes flip out, but the spraying from Broken Legs, a triple for him. And there's Narco coming in to close it out, and this team playing this so smart, okay? Let me explain how they did this. They sent a couple of their guys up here, top mid. What they did was they sent one down through lower, brought him out to cover these rotates after he checked all these corners, you know, inside the site. Once he knew that, he was able to get in there and close that out. So, nice job there from the terrorists of Wisefrag. And now it looks like they're setting up for an A execute here. So this will be an interesting setup for them. As Feint over on this B site, sadly for him, he is not going to be ready for what's about to happen, because here comes Broken Legs and the terrorists of Wisefrag are going to attempt to make their way into this site. They've got the set smokes here. They do have these players here. They got one in Palace, and here comes the rain of smokes and flashes. Let's go ahead and take a look here at what they're going to be able to do. Cobalt trying to fire through this smoke. Broken Legs, a beautiful frag coming in. They're going to go ahead and go for this plant. They planted in the smoke, so there's really nothing that anybody from Final Boss can do here. Picker coming in, Narco. Nice different angle there for you. Picker's going to go ahead and spray it down. It's down to Feint in a 1v3. And I just don't see a reasonable way he's going to be able to do it, but Feint does get two quick ones. We got Picker here. Feint goes ahead and smokes behind it. Beautiful shot. Or, excuse me, beautiful nade by Feint. He does get the Kobe. Final Boss wins their first round of the first 4 with a nice nade by Feint, a nice 1v3 as well. And Wisefrag kind of let that one go there at the end. You know, really just, they kind of let that one go. But that's okay. Wisefrag here, still decent economics coming into this round. Feint, really the MVP of that round. Just a stellar play from him. You know, plays those 1v1s well, is able to find a way to get it done. But the CTs in this round setting up 3A, 2B. They're going to go ahead and rotate Cobalt over here to mid. And Wisefrag here playing this smart. You know, they don't have to rush this. They can play this slow. They can let the CTs make a mistake. And really all they have to do is just play this slowly. Give it some time. See what kind of happens. They can bait some nades out. They did bait a flashbang from Moxie there on Cat. And there's Flip getting a nice frag through the wood there on Intake, which is going to force that connector player, the person playing court stairs out. Narco holding this op at A lower, and why this is important, because if Narco can spot out random, if they can end up getting him, they are able to get him. So now they're going to probably flood the A side. They've got Cobalt and Moxie on a rotation coming into the A site. Narco misses the first shot, but I think he did hit him through the wood. Two of the CTs there holding. Let's stay on Narco here and see what he's got for us here, because one of these CTs will make a mistake. Narco picks up the beautiful frag onto Cobalt. It's down to a 2v4 situation for these CTs. You can see here Feint coming in. But going to take him out. Feint is going to go down. It's down to Moxie here in a 1v3. Not going to happen this time. Wisefrag 4-1. Let's take a look at the stats here, brought to you by Wisefrag and Awesome Sauce Gaming TV. Right now, random for the CTs yet to get a frag, but that's okay. Things happen. Flip, Broken Legs, beautiful job by them. 8 frags total between, or excuse me, 16 frags total between the both of them. And now, we've got the terrorists moving their way towards mid to play passive. Hunters is going to go towards A lower to try to spot these players in this A lower area. And Moxie and the CTs are on a pretty much a full save. But Moxie, although she's played up close, she doesn't have any armor to work with this. Flash out coming there. Picker does do what he's supposed to do and pick it. Feint here on the A side. And the thing is, they're not getting a lot of information here. Hunters is going to go ahead and engage and go down. Inte, a nice shot. They are going to find this, but here comes the CTs moving their way quickly into B site. And once they find out about this eco, they're going to be able to plant this bomb, probably for apartments, and they should be able to close this round out. But the Broken Legs is actually going to plant this standard and try to bait something out. Cobalt, a nice shot. See his positioning here. Good job by him coming in. Random. He's trying to find his way in here to make this frag. This is going to go down, so he is going to find a way out. It's down to Cobalt here. And a 1v3, and he's not going to make it happen. So, Wisefrag, again, a slow take onto the site. They're able to get it done. You know, Broken Legs doing a really good job for this team as well as Flip. And they're playing these rounds slow, right? They play, you know, one here, and they've got like 3 here, and sometimes they have 1 there. And what they're doing is they're spreading the map around and taking their time. And against an eco like that, and now a double eco. Now, unbeknownst to them, they don't know about this double eco. CT's here, 3 on A, 2. There, Flip, nice frag onto Moxie. Then you see Picker, a nice frag. And so now it's going to open this up. Now they just have to pick the right side. If they get the tell onto A, they can work their way towards B. But I think they are just going to go ahead and work their way onto the A side. Should be a pretty easy round for them to win. Really not much else to talk about here. Cobalt left alone in a 1v5. No way that's going to happen. But you see, they get that pick. You know, they get that pick here. And it really opens this up. They smoke it. They walk into the site, plant the bomb for Cat. If they need to put somebody out there, they can. Wisefrag playing very tactically here on Mirage. An ESEA Open Playoffs, 2nd round in this best of 3. I'd like to welcome you all in personally. I'm Awesome Sauce, your host tonight here. Wisefrag, a team that we've seen before in the history of ESEA do very well in leagues and actually doing well at some lands, notably. But right now, they are in a position to try to do this best of 3. They want to close it out in 2. Narco actually burning there a little bit. Hunters. Narco not going to be able to get him. So Cobalt survives the round. And just some interesting stats about this team. According to their ESEA page, they are currently, the last time that they played a LAN, they won a LAN at LAN Adept, winner, they won that. And they went 5-1 at LAN at ETS 2015. So this team does have LAN experience. This is a group of guys that have played together for a decent amount of time. These guys know what they're doing. And they are showing it right now, patiently working things out. Let's take a look here from Final Boss's perspective. The smoke there, but Moxie, a nice shot through the wood. Picker goes down. And Final Boss here trying to hang on. 6 rounds already on T-side for Wisefrag is enough to win this game if they play standard. Typically, you think a Mirage is a map, you know, that's a map like you get 5 rounds T, you could still win. You get 6 rounds, okay, now you're getting into good categories and good territory. But now they could potentially do this. I think what they're going to do here is an A execute. They're going to smoke here. If I could actually type or write on this, and I don't actually think that I can. They could smoke here, here, and here. So let's see if they actually get in here and are able to close this out. Random, nice shot there, and this is really shutting down Wisefrag. They're not really able to do much here. Cobalt, nice one. Goes for the other one. He's got him down to 4 health, but it is Moxie with the overkill op that's going to close it out in this beautiful round. And just really nice job by the CTs here on that round, and Final Boss really playing that the way that they should. All right, I've been told that I do have some stream lag, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down and restart it to try to get rid of that stream lag. Right now, Wisefrag 6-2, your score. We'll be right back. All right, we are back here. I went ahead and restarted the stream, lowered the settings a little bit, trying to make sure that this stream is the highest quality it can. Wisefrag losing one early. That was Flip, but they're going to force their way into this side here. Here's Inte trying to close this out. Broken Legs. Nice double by him. And they're going to work their way into this site. Narco. They are able to get in there. Now it's a 3v2. It's going to be a post-plant situation in a 3v1, and they should be able to close us out here. Broken. 12-5 right now. I want to say thank you all for tuning in here. This is Awesome Sauce here hosting this best of 3 Wisefrag Round 2 ESEA Playoffs. And I apologize for the lag. It was looking good earlier, but there apparently was some lag reported. I don't know if that was on mine or Twitch's. I went ahead and took the onus on that on myself and restarted it for you guys so you can get the best experience possible. Wisefrag up 7-2, and this is really huge because it does break Final Boss's economy to the point where they can't buy this round, because if they lose this round, they will only be able to get $1,900. Inte the one. Nice deagle shot. A beautiful deagle shot at A. And this is Flip here. Inte again is going to go ahead and try to peek this. Goes down, broken legs. Good shot by him, broken legs again. A nice frag. They're going to work their way into B now. This is going to open things up. And this is essentially the round 1 for Wisefrag. Is playing it slow. They get that one player coming up. Kills that player in market. Really puts them in a bad spot. They can't do anything there. And so that is what happened there. Cobalt trying to get sniffed out. Narco is going to do it. This is Wisefrag versus Final Boss. And honestly, Hunter's not having the game he wants yet, but give it some time. It's early. But Wisefrag up 8-2 here. This is putting Final Boss in bad straits, because Final Boss needs to find a way to get into this. And they're losing so many important rounds. As you see, a Smoke's about to come out to stairs. Broken Leg's going to go ahead and support him. Flip. Working a lower. And the thing is, they're not getting any momentum. I mean, they haven't won 2 rounds in a row. You know, the first round they won, they only had one surviving with that 1v3 clutch. They're not doing enough to convince Wisefrag that the A hit won't work. Okay? And so this is what's going to happen. They're going to work their way into here and throw the smokes and just in bulldoze. And they're going in here fast. I want to say thank you to those of you watching tonight. Really appreciate you guys being here. Hunters, go ahead and pre-aiming that beautiful Molotov going down, throwing everything they've got, and here they come onto that side. They're going to work their way in here. Cobalt going down to Narco's Tech 9. Hunters going for, oh, the plant coming in by Narco. That's a 3v2 situation here post-plant. Let's see where these players are. Moxie coming in, as well as Feint. We've seen Feint do this before. Can Feint do it again? Moxie coming in looking for that first frag. Hunters, I don't know if he's going to peek that. He doesn't have a reason to peek, and so really no reason for him to do it, but he does go ahead and give Moxie that kill. Moxie looking for more. Narco is actually down to 8 health, but is able to close out Feint. And they're going to win the round. Huge round by Wisefrag. 9-2 the scoreline. That's going to put their economy for Final Boss in shambles. 2 frags there for Hunters. Really nice motivational boost for him to be able to get that. And you look at the big picture here for Wisefrag. 9 rounds in this half. More than enough. More than enough to win this. This half, at least. Flip, nice shot. On A. There's random, though. Big deek shot. Moxie getting one, too. It's actually a 3v3. There's no reason that this should be happening right now. If Final Boss actually wins this round, I'd be awestruck. The bomb's actually top mid, and that's the only thing that really Wisefrag have going for them right now, and that they have the better guns and armor. They're going to go ahead and bail out of there and, I think, try to go their ways into B side. It appears they had Wisefrag had 2 guys trying to come out. They met some opposition here from that fire, and so they went ahead and bailed out of it, and now they're going to flood into B. And I don't know how Final Boss doesn't know this. Inte is going to go ahead and rotate in. They're going to flood their way into this site here. Broken Leg's actually taking a little bit of fire damage from his team. Let's see if they're able to find a frag before the bomb goes down. Fake plant standard. Broken Legs gets one, and now it's a 3v2 situation. Now Moxie and Random do pick up guns, so they're not out of it yet. Apartment's covered. And I think they're just going to save these guns. There's no reason for them to go after this. They're going to have enough money to buy. That's going to be $2,900 coming the way of final boss. They're going to be down 10-2. And really, all that Wisefrag can keep doing is building a bank. I mean, they don't have as much money as you might think. With as many frags that this team is getting on entries, it's fantastic. Final boss are going to have one of their players with just a deagle, and that's Random. So Random actually going to be only on a deagle. They've got a couple rifles there. Oh, wait, they're already able to get him an AK. Okay, so it is going to be a full buy coming in from Final Boss, a decent amount of nades. Wisefrag playing this slow, and this is really what it comes down to. They need to play this slow. Oh, Flip, nice shot you saw right before the cam switch. Huge shot right there on to Cat, and that's going to open things up here at mid, because if they can keep working in here. Uh-oh, Narco spots Inte. Flip gets a frag on a Cobalt. They're opening this round up, and they're going to pretty much win this round solely on the fact that they were able to get the picks early and work off of that mid pick. And you saw right there, first pick, and then I didn't actually see where the next picks were, but they got into sight, and you saw Narco coming in getting that next pick. I mean, tactical play here by Wisefrag, and they are going to win this round. Everyone surviving and the bomb plant. Wisefrag up 11-2 in this half, and this is a monstrous half for the Canadians at Wisefrag. Interesting point, if you look at the economy of the CTs, we've got final boss here, Random, on an MP9. Okay, on an MP9, and this is interesting here. Got him on an MP9. This stream is brought to you by Wisefrag. Really want to say thank you to them for having me stream this game here. Wisefrag, a good team here in ESEA. Narco, a nice frag on the Inte. Well played here. Hunter's a nice shot. Going for the spray. Is able to do some damage. They're going to work their way onto the site now. That's down to a 2v4. Final boss. This is going to be hard for them to be able to close this out. They spotted Moxie, so they know Moxie's over there. Moxie in a 1v4. There should be no way this happens. And let's see what Moxie's going to do. Op shot, giving it away. Moxie might be able to get one more. Misses the shot. So does Flip. But Narco cleaning it up. 12-2 the scoreline here. Broken legs. Look at that right there. Doing nothing. I mean, their aiming here is outdoing Final Boss, as well as their understanding of what they have to do when they get these opening picks. And now look at the economy. You know, look at the economy. Okay. Fantastic for Wisefrag. Moxie coming in here, getting one. But not enough there because Trade comes in. Broken Legs here. Does have a fire. Does smell something. Throws a flashbang. Flashes faint a little bit there. Inte. Holding A. They only have armor, but Inte's only got a deagle on A site. A Wisefrag. Being patient. And I think what they're going to do here is if they can hear the rotation either coming in from Cat or, you know, they're going to flood their way out of here, and they might be able to smell this out. 50 seconds left on the clock. Broken Legs working their way. They know one's on the site. They just got to get him. They're going to get him. So Broken Legs is going to open this up here. Inte left in a 1v2 to close out this half. And it's just going to be a hard task for him to be able to do this. Inte Peeking. Does spot Broken Legs. For some reason, hesitates to shoot. I don't know if that was Go TV or what that was, but now Broken Legs does know where one is, but this is easily doable. But no, it's not going to happen. Wisefrag, 13-2 on the half. A huge half for Wisefrag. Let's take a look at the score line here. Oh, you can't really see the kills right there, but, you know, just really well played by both of these teams. You know, Final Boss just not really being able to do enough to keep themselves in that half. And so we are going to continue on into the pistol round here for the next half very shortly. Wisefrag up 13-2. Final Boss trying to get back into this. Can they get back into this? That's really the question. I mean, this is huge for them. They need to open this half up with a round, and then they have to almost essentially win out. It's going to be a hard task for them to do. Moxie, go ahead and trying to engage these players at mid-flip. A nice frag. Inte, a beautiful frag coming in there at B-side. Feint. Going down here, and now it's just going to be a 3v3. Wisefrag coming in on this retake here. They're working it very, very quickly. Trying to find a way to make this work, though. The tap comes in. Flip, goes for it. Not going to happen. Cobalt closes it out for Final Boss in a 1v2. Full health. And he is going to get it done. So Cobalt, some good news for Final Boss after that round. And how can you not appreciate that? Final Boss coming back into this, getting the first round that they've gotten since, I can't even remember. I think it was maybe the 6th or 7th round. We'll definitely get the stats up after and talk a little bit about it. Moxie here. She's trying to make it happen. At top med. But really just slow play coming out here by Final Boss as they don't know if the CTs have bought up. They have. Let's see if Broken can get a frag here. Broken does get one. That's CZ. Reloaded out. Moxie just going to work their way out onto the side. Wisefrag playing this so well. They're going to win this round. Wisefrag, 14-3 the scoreline. Wisefrag, nothing super special. They played it smart. They played patient. And they win the round because Final Boss didn't, I think really Final Boss just didn't use enough utility to get in the site. They didn't expect it, and the stat came out. (14-3) the scoreline. Wisefrag doing their thing. Trying to close this best of 3 out here with a nice win on this first map. That seems like a point of contention in this round. Going to be right in here, right in apartments. Can they get out? Moxie's going to go ahead and flood her way out of here. I say her name. I say her, but I don't really know if that's a guy or a girl. But regardless, here they come. Wisefrag down in a 3v4. Flip even get up in a 3v3. This is huge for Wisefrag. They're going to be able to do this potentially if they get into the site. Narco getting his way in. And they're going to win this round here. 15-3 the scoreline. Diffuse coming out from Narco. And they're going to win this round simply because of the patience and the guns that they had coming into this round. A nice bomb plant there by Final Boss, but this is all too late. I want to say welcome everybody into here. And really glad to have you guys here. This is Wisefrag ESEA Playoffs, Round 2. Best of 3. This is the first map, Mirage. Narco. Oh, getting knifed by his teammate. That's not good. So he's going to get knifed by his teammate, but you can see that the terrorists all lining up here. And what they're going to do, I think, is they're going to do a basic smoke strat and try to get out. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to go ahead and attempt here. And here they go. Last-ditch effort for the map. And they get out there. Feint, a nice flick on an Arco. That was huge. Feint, again, going ham. Another frag. Make that 3. Feint. Could Feint possibly get more? I don't know, but Cobalt getting a frag. It's down to Picker in a 1v4. Some of these players are lit. But can they do it? Picker playing on stairs here. Throwing fire, really just trying to find a way to win this round. Gets one. Actually is going to go ahead and find 2 more. And is going to run away. So Picker is going to run away. Gets 2 frags there at the end. And this is going to have final boss here on a bye. With the bomb plant. 14-15, or excuse me, 14-15. Wow, I'm really losing it. 4-15 the scoreline. And with Picker surviving with an M4, you can see the money for them, not that good. They're going to have to save. And, you know, the economy on the CT side, a little bit harder to get because you can't get the bomb plant and get that 800. So Picker, again from last round. Nice 2 kills there at the end. Going to go ahead and get a couple frags there. Chaos ensuing over at the A side. Let's go ahead and take a look over there. What's going on? Narco finds a frag on a Cobalt. Moxie comes back. Trades it. And Picker in a really nice spot. I like this in apartments. It's a huge spot to play. Right there. Can spot so much. But the terrorists, for final boss here, map point. They have to win so many map points. It's going to be nearly impossible, but can they do the unthinkable? That's the question. Inte working this op. Does spot Narco. That's a good frag. They're going to be able to cut this down to a 4v3. Broken Legs. Huge frag at A site. That's going to open some things up here because Broken Legs didn't even have armor. Moxie is going to go ahead. They do the smoke strat to plant. Feint comes out of it. Feint playing really nice in this game, especially the rounds we've seen him up close and personal here. Feint going for 1, going for the second. Going to go ahead and re-peek it. He's going to go ahead and run away. It's down to Broken Legs in a 1v3. They're going to nade him out. Really don't see this happening. Wisefrag. Gonna still be up 15-5. No real reason to sweat yet. Broken Legs. You know, when this team for Wisefrag playing well as a group. Taking their time here on these rounds. 24 for Flip, 25 Broken Legs. Feint for final boss, 10 kills. Cobalt with 14. Just got to see the setup here from the terrorists here at final boss. They're going to do a 3-1-1 setup here initially to try to sniff something out. But the CT's here forcing up. We got an auto shotty on Hunders. Hunders is actually going to be playing in apartments. Can Hunders find Moxie? No! Crosshair a little too high. He's going to go down. You know, Wisefrag really demolishing final boss here so far on this first map. They have lost a few in a row. In fact, the first point in this game where final boss has won 2 rounds in a row. Unfortunately for final boss, there's really not that much positive stuff to be said there. Can't survive that. Random goes down. Narco, nice shot with that 5-7. Is going to go ahead and even this up and do a 4v4. The terrorist assembling for a B push. Broken Legs is going to be able to spot this. Can Broken Legs find a way to make this work? Broken Legs here. Going down to Cobalt. So that's unfortunate. Picker's going to go ahead and roll his way in here. Try to pick his way in here. No pun intended, but sadly that's kind of just how it worked out. Cobalt getting the best of him. And Narco's going to save this AK. So 15-6 the scoreline here. Final boss. A resurgent in the last 3 rounds. They've had 2 people survive in each. This round looks like they might have more unless Narco can get the best of them. And he's not going to do it. Narco goes down. So Cobalt a triple on that round. And this is going to be a full buy coming in here from Wisefrag. The Mag 7 here from Hunders, it's a little different, but it depends on where he is. And I believe he's going to be playing in that apartments position somewhere close up in this area. And so if that is the case, should be an easy way for him to get at least a frag or 2. But here comes the A-hit. They're going to go ahead and just flood onto the site. This is going to be really hard for the CTs to be able to stop. Inte, a nice frag there coming in here. Flip comes in. Feint gets 1. And now it's a 4v3 situation here. Make that a 4v2. And Final Boss opening this up very quickly. The CTs weren't ready. Picker's going to get 1. And they're going to go for this until they don't see a reason to do it. Picker and Hunders really in a bad situation here in this 2v3. Picker boosting up on Trash Can. Trying to get some information. Now they know one of them has an M4 that's moving onto the site. The double peek comes in. Inte gets 1. Hunders gets a frag. Goes down, though, to Inte. So 7-15 scoreline. Picker does go down after that frag. And Wisefrag is about to possibly drop 5 in a row if they lose this round. Some good news for the final boss camp here on Mirage. ESEA Playoffs. Hunders is going to be the only man over at B. And all 5 of the CTs here, or excuse me, all 4 of the other 4 CTs are going to be pushed up at A. Cobalt going for a spray, just going for everything. Flip takes him out. Cobalt goes down to Flip as well. So does Random. And it's a 2-for-1 trade at A. But here comes the terrorists coming into B. They're going to go ahead and get this plant. Where are they going to plant it? They're going to plant it for Cat. Okay, so now it's going to open this up. If these CTs, we got 2 flooding in through apartments. Inte gets that frag on market. They don't have to worry about that at this point. Flip. Feint's going to meet Broken Legs. Feint gets 1. Goes for more. Narco, it'd be huge if he could get this frag here because it's all down to Narco. Narco in a precarious situation in a 1v3 has to make the decision. Do I save or do I try to get more frags? And he is going to go ahead and save that AK. So they kind of do a good job at A, but they do lose the round. 15-8 will be the scoreline here, and max loss bonus coming in as well. So this is going to be huge. If Narco can survive with this AK, it's going to be huge. Oh, and you could tell Narco heard that, but isn't able to get it done. Narco on this A site. They've been having some issues holding it recently, actually, but they're able to spot a little bit of information there at B as Moxie and Picker exchange some gunfire there at B. Narco on this A site playing it triple right now. Broken Legs here as well. Playing at stairs, and they're playing this slow. You know, if they dropped 5 rounds in a row, they kind of force bought in some situations they didn't really need to, but they were doing it, I think, to just try to close this out. Here comes the smoke execute. They're going to go ahead and do it. Inte trying to pre-fire. Narco, nice frag, Random. Working his way in, trying to work this pick. Broken Legs gets a frag, and finally, Wisefrag getting back into it. It's down to Inte, and a 1v5, burns alive. And Wisefrag's going to win this. 16-8, the scoreline at the end. And Wisefrag winning that first map in this best of 3. 16-8. A nice job there by Wisefrag to be able to close that one out after they dropped 5 in a row, but they are able to get the solid gun round they needed to make it work. And just for curiosity, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats here. We do have a nice job there by Broken Lakes, 23, 3, and 13 on the game, ADR of 104, and look at Flip with an ADR of 107. Hunters didn't have the greatest game, but like I said, did enough to help them win. Final Boss just struggling there. So they lose the first map in this best of 3. Wisefrag winning it. And there, at the end, Final Boss was able to string together some rounds, but not enough for them to make it work. So we are currently standing by waiting for the second map to begin. And as we stand by, those of you that are watching, really appreciate those of you here tonight here at this Wisefrag Best of 3. I'm Awesome Sauce, your host tonight. And just really fantastic stuff going on here from Wisefrag as they are able to close this first map out, and hopefully we'll get to talk to them after this Best of 3. And maybe get some inside information.
Terrorists win.
Gonna go ahead and shut the mic off, everybody, until I get into the next server. I want to say thank you all for watching, and we will continue to be here live waiting for the second map to start of this best of 3, Wisefrag versus Final Boss, the ESEA Playoffs. And I'll be back very soon. All right, we're going to go ahead and head back into this here. This is ESEA Playoffs, Round 2. Wisefrag winning the first map 16-8 as they were up at the half 12-3, but they did drop 5 rounds in the middle of that next half, but they were able to close it out 16-8. Take a look at some of the stats here. I'll go ahead and post up here for you, really quickly before we get into this. Take a look here. You got. Let's go ahead and zoom in here on this and see if I can get you guys the full picture here. But you can see what happened. I mean, really, if you look at the stats board, you can see how things worked out. They were able to get this done and play at a high level, and they were able to do it. And so, really nice job for them to be able to close this out, 16-8 on Mirage. And now it's going to come down to this map, Dust 2. Can Wisefrag find a way to make it happen, or are they going to be upset in this next map? I don't know. This map really is going to make the difference. If this map is not won by Wisefrag, we will go to Overpass for the third map. Here we go. So the knife round is done, and it's going to be Wisefrag and Final Boss here. This best of 3 coming out here. 4 sets of armor here for Wisefrag. Interesting to see for the CTs as they are going to set up here as a 2-1-2. And the terrorist playing smart. The terrorist setting up towards A. Could be a devastating hit. Let's see what they're going to happen. They're going to flood. This is a huge flood. They're going to flood out of here. Try to find a way in. They are going to open it up there after a 2-for-2 trade here, but Hunter's really peeking and not getting anything there. That would have been huge if he had been able to find a frag there. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to get smoked off. They're going to get a site. This is Final Boss with the site and the bomb plant. The 2-for-2 trade even wasn't enough. Picker's going to go ahead and rotate in here on Cat random. Should be able to spot out Flip. Does do that. And Flip's going to work his way in here. Random getting in. See a feint fighting Flip with that Tech 9. Not going to really work out for him there. Flip has to work in here on Cobalt. Cobalt, beautiful shot. Cobalt here in a 1v1. Cobalt versus Flip. And Cobalt, a 4K on the round with that Armored Tech 9. Souped up. He's going to get that round almost single-handedly there for Final Boss. So they are going to win the pistol round. Wisefrag, the 2-1-2 set up early. They had, a couple of those players out, a rotator, and then they had a 2 in B. But it wasn't enough. Probably should use a blue color for that writing. But really appreciate you guys being here for this best of 3 here. A scout coming out. Picker, nice shot onto Cobalt. Gets him down to 14. That could potentially pay the way for more things in the future here. Is Picker working mid still, as he should be. Random going to go ahead and fight. Broken Leg's not going to be able to take him down. And this is where the CTs are coming back into this here. Feint getting an opening frag onto A. Cobalt coming up there and doing it again here. But really the man to watch here is Picker with the scout, because if Picker can get more damage done onto the CT, or onto the terrorist, it'll be huge. No, Moxie, a 1 dig. Coming in. Feint here in a 1v2. Feint, nice frag with that AK-47. Flip. Oh, Flip closes that out. Huge shot by Flip. And he's going to go ahead and get this done here. For those of you watching, I apologize about the buffering. I have no idea why that is happening. Maybe if I try this, there will be no buffering. What about this? Is this buffering? How's that? Is that better? Sorry about the issues, guys. I thought that I had this thing figured out, but I guess the buffering is still continuing. Do apologize for the technical difficulties here, as it is Final Boss losing that last round there, but they're going to go ahead and flood out of here onto A site. They're going to work as quickly as they can. Inte here. Mid focusing on this there, but there's Hunters. Huge frag, does get another one onto Inte, and that's huge because Hunters really didn't have the greatest game that last map, but he was able to get 2 frags there. Hunters a triple already. This has got Final Boss in a bad spot. That's all down to Feint, a 1v4. And they're going to be able to close this out there. They are able to do it there. So Feint goes down, and they're going to go ahead and close this round out there. Wisefrag, huge job by them and huge task. They were able to get that done. Thank you for those of you tuning in here tonight, telling me about the lag. I sincerely apologize about that. I feel like I took the appropriate actions to be able to fix it the last time. Didn't work, so. It could be on Twitch's end. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless of that, we continue on here. Final Boss, losing that last round. They won the pistol. They did drop 2. Feint closing his way out of here. Catches Hunters out, but there's Picker with a trade. Nice trade. A nice smoke there at long. But all the terrorists here clumped in, right in here. Clumped in there, finding a way, flip. Beautiful shot sprayed out onto Inte. They are able to get him. Cobalt flashing his way out of mid here. Into a 3v4. And this puts Final Boss in a bad spot. Those of you watching tonight, this is Wisefrag versus Final Boss. Second map of Round 2 ESEA Open Playoffs. And this team has been together for a while. They play a lot of maps every month together, regardless if it's in a season. This team is always constantly working on their stuff. Narco getting one with that P90, getting traded out by Cobalt. It's down to this. Cobalt and Moxie outside of long. They only can go to A side here at this point. They don't have a lot of time. Be able to do this there. The dig coming out there, broken. Spring not connecting there. Did get that initial dig. Does get the USP shot. That's down to Moxie on a 1v3 with 5 health on an op. No way this is going to happen. And if it does, it'll be the heartbreak of this best of 3. Broken legs. Going to go ahead and peek into that. Goes down. Moxie might survive this with an op. Wisefrag winning a huge round for them. Appreciate you guys being here. Those of you watching, this is Wisefrag, Final Boss here. And Wisefrag winning that last round, you know, really just shut him down early. And they put him in a situation where the terrorists and Final Boss couldn't trade him. But you see here, we got a nice 3 setup here at B. And Moxie holding down mid. And Feint holding this cat angle here. And they could potentially smoke off Xbox and try to do a flood there. Hunters, a nice shot. Hunters was quiet in the last map. But wow, he really showed up in that shot. Narco holding long. And let's see if Hunters can do anything else here. Hunters goes ahead and spots more. He's going to pull that P250 out. Go for the shot. Picker helps him out. They got the bomb in CT spawn. I mean, this is exactly what they wanted here. Flash coming out from Hunters. Hunters going for this. Going to go ahead and zoom in, and it's down to Moxie in a 1v5 again. Moxie, not in the best spot. Hunters goes ahead and goes for the shot on the corner. Goes down to Moxie, and it's down to a 3v1. Moxie here. Really nowhere to go. You know, and you look at so far how Wisefrag has played. Hunter stepping up big at mid with a 2K. Picker, another 2K, kind of coming off of that P250 spray down from Hunters at mid on CT spawn. I mean, they're playing this very intelligent and a really, really nice job by them. So Moxie, for those of you watching, just so you are aware of, you know, the situation we're dealing with here is a solo cast. I'm Awesome Sauce, your host. I will post my Twitter in the chat as well. Those of you, it's at Awesome Sauce GTV. The channel you are watching this on is twitch.tv/AwesomeSauceGamingTV. No spaces, symbols, or anything like that. And this is Wisefrag. This team really doing a good job here at the start of this map, losing pistol, but coming back, winning 4 in a row. And this is going to have Final Boss, win this round situation. They should be able to buy, depending on how many they have survived. And Inte starts it off with a headshot through the door. That's going to open things up. And the CTs and Wisefrag are now completely open in this part of the map. All Wisefrag has to do is stop them coming in like this. And I'm not so sure they're going to smell this out here. They haven't seen any nades or smokes on Cat, so they can't rule it out yet. But Narco in a good spot near car to be able to stop this if the terrorists don't smoke it or flash him or, permit it. Picker going to go ahead and flash himself out to try to fight Moxie there, but Narco, another shot. That's a double-up kill for him at A, and really all Narco has to do is play back here, but he's going to go ahead and peek into this, and it could get really dangerous if Narco caught out with a nade. Feint trying to engage. We saw Feint how kind of aim he had on Mirage. Flip, dinking down Mox. Going to take him out. That's down to Feint. They get the bomb plant, but they've only got 1 alive. It's Feint, no 1v4. I don't see this happening. Feint, although his pure aim is very skilled, he's got a lot to do. Gets 1. Goes for more. It's not going to happen. Narco closes it out. They're going to win this round here. Broken Legs giving him a high five. You saw that right there, right in front of your face. So they get the round. They do get some AKs and some extra nades off of that after the round. This is Wisefrag going up 5-1 after they lost pistol. It does have Final Boss on max loss bonus. And that's really the only positive thing to say at this moment. Not out of hand yet. Let's see what they're going to go ahead and do today. They've got random holding, T-spawn. Now it looks like that they're going to flood in here. This is going to be a full-on B-take. Are they going to be able to stop this? Wisefrag has to be careful here. Picker on the site. Oh, and messes up the incendiary grenade. Picker going for it. Feint gets a nice frag. Hunders playing this lurk position here, trying to find a way to make it work. Flip gets 2. Hunders, let's watch and see what Hunders can do here. As the site's been opened up in a 3v3 now. Wisefrag has to be careful. Hunders, oh, that's so smart. Gets that initial frag, is able to find where the bomb's planted, gets Cobalt, goes for the transfer. It's not going to happen. It's random. Alone here. In a 1v2, there's no way this should happen. Goes down, Broken Legs, and Narco. Playing patient and letting him make the mistake. They are going to win this round here, 6-1. Although it looked good initially for Final Boss to get into the site, they were not expecting that Hunter's flank at B tunnels. And essentially, all he had to do, and what he did was he came in here very slowly, spotted one of them sitting out there trying to get into that site, and they saw where the bomb was planted, fought Cobalt, went for the transfer, didn't happen. But Hunter's really the MVP of that round, regardless of, I don't remember exactly what the score said, but huge job for him. So Final Boss here, getting max loss bonus here every round. They did get the bomb plant, so they're going to be able to buy. And this is so huge for them. They are relying solely on that to be able to buy, because if they wouldn't have got that bomb plant, they wouldn't be able to buy. Narco holding A long. Really a different approach by Final Boss, playing it slow. And this is something we have not seen at all, actually, from Final Boss really at all in this half so far. And Picker playing back here, does hear the smoke come out. And Picker, what Picker has to do is flash this, fire in front of it, and smoke it off if possible. And Picker really is a huge... Oh, no, it really doesn't even matter at this point because the bomb is down in upper B with Picker getting 3. Can Picker get 4? This would be insane. Picker jumping around, going for it. Not going to happen. Hunter's going to close it out there. Picker, I was going to say he was the most important person up there, but it was actually the bomb getting killed there in apartments. Or, excuse me, not apartments. I'm thinking Mirage. Hurdy-dur. In tunnels. In upper tunnels, and it ended up closing it out there. Really just a disastrous round for Final Boss. They're going to armor Tech 9 and try to make their way into a site. I'm thinking I'm smelling a B hit. Let's kind of go over there and see what's going to happen on this side here. Picker, so influential at stopping such a thing. Goes for one. Picker gets two on a spray. Goes for more. That's down to Cobalt here. No way this is going to happen. Huge round for Wisefrag. So really not much too much to say about it at that point. They are able to close that one out there. Wisefrag, you know, on that first map, T-side Mirage, it was impressive. And now they are doing it on CT side Dust 2. Full buy here coming out for Final Boss. Thunders playing mid there at this point. They do have two pushed up on Cat. You got Broken Legs here, and I believe... yeah, Broken Legs was playing close. Picker as well. They're sniffing this out. They don't have long A control, but Flip does have B control. And Flip has been a good B anchor so far at this point in the map to give them enough confidence to leave him there alone. Narco going off the A side there. Broken Leg going for another double spray down. Wasn't really a double spray down, but it was solid. And gets that frag. He's going to go ahead and flash himself out there. And the long push coming in here. Inte trying to make it in here. Random opening up a shot. Inte, nice shot there. That's Inte and Random here. Inte there with an op shot. Broken Leg's actually dropping. He was alive, and he drops. So I'd expect to see a pause come out here. If possible, Flip here. Flip and Inte. 7 health. All Flip has to do is throw that grenade. He doesn't know it, but he is spotting him, and he wins the round. Broken drops out of the server, but Flip is able to win it. So Flip is actually going to wait and delay time, and this is so smart for him. I think he does have confirmation he's entering, so he's going to go ahead and join back in the time period. That was why he wasn't defusing at that point, not to be rude. And this is ESEA Open, ladies and gentlemen. ESEA Open playoffs. Round 2, Final Boss, down 1-9 after winning the first pistol round there. But I can't say enough positive things about this Wisefrag team. Not disrespecting Final Boss. They had a good comeback there. A little bit of a comeback there at the end of Mirage as they won 5 in a row. But right now, this is really all Wisefrag on Dust 2 at this point. We've seen comebacks like this before. The question is, can Final Boss get some steam? Can they do it? And that's really the question here. If they could do this, it'd be a huge comeback, and it would put Wisefrag in a situation on Overpass. And Dust 2 being historically more of a played map, at least according to what a lot of the ex-pros say. And let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Flip, according, I think Broken actually has more, but Flip right now 12, 3 and 5. You look at the ADR of the players on Final Boss, the bottom of your screen for this first half, not looking too good for them. But Narco, Picker actually 118 ADR, and it's huge for them. I mean, they're playing these rounds so smart, and they're taking their time, and it's so important in these rounds as a CT on Dust 2 to really, once you smell out what's happening, you can stop things. For example, you saw that one round, I can't remember the exact number of the round, but Narco sitting here, I think it was actually right about there. And he's aiming this way, right? His drawing skills are horrible, but you get the point. Okay, so Final Boss thinks, okay, we're just going to creep up here, and we're going to go ahead and fight. Well, when they try to do the execute, okay, Narco, when I'm on the camera at B, over here, doing my thing, Narco decides that he's just going to get 2. He's going to shoot 1, shoot 2, puts him in a bad spot, right? And now, yes, they're able to potentially plan. I don't remember if they actually did, but Narco essentially played right there. That essentially right there closed it out for him early. And they were able to get it done. So as we stand by waiting for Broken to get back in the server, I want to make sure and make aware that you guys check out Wisefrag, because Wisefrag, having this team on their roster, and Wisefrag doing a great job. You can check out their website right here. as well as if you would like to follow me on Twitter, I'll go ahead and post that up. As well as if you want to save money on G2A, you can click on that link, buy games on G2A, and save 3% off with my code ASGTV. A little bit of an extended wait here for Wisefrag, waiting for Broken to get back into the server, but Wisefrag has just been playing lights out after they lost the pistol, not really giving anything up. Let's see how many people they've had surviving. 1, 4, I mean, typically more than one, except that last round. I mean, it's just, they're playing it so smart, and the only reason they potentially had one down, or one last there, is because Broken actually got dropped from the server. And a Wisefrag here. Taking their time. Those of you watching, I appreciate your patience in this time where Broken is going to join back here. You know, interesting enough, we talk about something else that really wasn't going well for Final Boss. I want to kind of highlight that. Final Boss, you know, in the pistol round, they were able to get it done with Cobalt today. You know, won that 1v2. Nice job by Cobalt. But since then, nothing going their way. They bulldoze into A, and they do a couple things that are good. They do smoke a couple angles, okay, and they're trying to prevent this door position. And they're also trying to prevent this player on B, who's either boosted up, you know, by this box or wherever, can't really do anything. Now, I know you can jump scout off one of these boxes back here, but regardless of that, that's not what they think, okay? Essentially, shots come out, flashes, smokes, everything, and all Picker has to do is just stand there and go, and it's over. I mean, and all these terrorists are just lined up in here, and they can't do anything. You know, you look at the big picture here. I mean, this team playing phenomenal at this point. So finally, we are going to get back into this. I hope they got this stuff figured out here. But actually, RLZ, Reels, coming in here. Because anyway, so Reels coming in here tonight after Broken, for some reason, unforeseen circumstances, couldn't get into the server again, but really doesn't matter at this point. Narco a nade kill and an op. They're just really trying to get this done right now. They don't want Final Boss to get these frags. And this has Final Boss clumped on Cat. Very little map control. Next to none, actually. Flip gets the bomb down, and this is bad. We're going to double color this one because this is bad. They're going to have them down. And Narco here sniffing that out. Really didn't have to take that fight, but does. But knowing Picker dares to trade it out. 10-1 the scoreline here, and there's really not much to talk about positive for Final Boss there. They just got slaughtered. Wisefrag here, 10-1 right now. Appreciate you guys watching here tonight on Awesome Sauce Gaming TV. I'm your host, Alex Awesome Sauce, here live. This ESEA match, round 2. Wisefrag up 1-0. Really not much to say at this point. There's really been nothing going on in this round. They're playing it so slow, and sometimes as a caster, you just kind of have to let the situation dictate the round. Hunter's trying to get his way up there. Feint getting a pick at mid on Picker, actually, ironically. Feint going ahead and taking out Hunters here as he flashed himself through that smoke. There's the map. And that should be the round for Final Bosses. They should be able to win this. And Feint. Reels tonight. Getting a frag. I believe that is the first frag for Reels in this game. Those of you watching, really appreciate you guys being here on Awesome Sauce Gaming TV. This is a best of 3. Make sure to hit up Wisefrag. Check out wisefrag.com. Make sure if you guys are wanting updates about me or anything involved in the professional casting scene, you can follow me on Twitter, as well as any other updates that you would like. I will post all of my links above as well if you guys would like to get involved with Awesome Sauce Gaming TV. Appreciate all the support here. So Final Boss winning that round, which is good because they needed it. That's not going to force Wisefrag on a reset, as they've got more than enough money and guns to be able to get this round bought out. And Hunters has to play this carefully. There's Cobalt trying to get that op shot. Didn't get it. Didn't connect. Now the op spotted at mid. They know that. And the CT's playing, and you can see right there, they've got 2 on Cat up close. If they can spot Moxie, they are. So Narco gets up there on that boost. I know you didn't see it, but he got up there on that boost, it appears, the way this angle's set out, and gets it. And that's going to really help things out here. But see, the Terrorists right now, the sad thing about this with Final Boss is they don't have... They don't have a lot of... Let me explain this to you. Okay, typically as a terrorist, and I'm just going to give you some analysis here, they don't have, these map points. There's map points. Okay, so now they're just going to have to flood out of mid with all this noise and see if they can find a way to make this work. So they're going to go ahead and fire it, smoke off CT, and let's see what Random is going to do here with Inte as well. Inte getting flashed, team flashed actually. Goes for it, goes down. Hunter's a huge job at mid. Beautiful frags. And Hunters on the flank here, but I think spotted out. Doesn't matter. Nice flick there. Going for the 4K. And Hunters, out of nowhere, gets it done. This is a beautiful map to watch this on. And really nice job. By this team here. Coming in here as, for some reason, one of their players for Wisefrag couldn't get back in, but Real's doing a solid job at this point. Narco peeking with that op. Doesn't get the first one, and actually does not get the second one. Finds the third. Got to be careful. And gets another frag. That was huge. It was a headshot. So this is possible for the CTs to win because the bomb is down in A long. Hunter's going to throw the flashbang. He's going to go ahead and try to fight Inte. Bad spot by Inte to get spotted out. The Terrorist in a bad spot there, and Hunter's actually holding his own. Hunter's coming alive on Dust 2 as he didn't have the greatest map. On Mirage, he's going for it all. He just wants to close it out now, and he does. 12-2 the scoreline. Hunters on Feint smoked him. And a huge round by him. And you can see right now the scoreline slowly getting away from Final Boss as they won one round, but they weren't able to win the next. Flip here, and Picker, oh, let's go over to B site and take a look at what's going on over there. Picker, nice op shot there from back plat. Back plat, obviously, back here, doing what Picker does best, and Pick. Sorry, that's so cheesy, but it is going to happen. Hunters, let's take a look at Hunters here. Creeping his way, actually right next to players, the Terrorist side through the smoke. Hunters is going to actually go down to Random, but that was a funny thing to watch here. Narco, nice frag. On to Feint. This Tech 9 armor buy here from Final Boss in last round is not really what they wanted to have, but they are making the best of it here as Flip goes down and upper tunnels. Narco, if he smells this out, he's going to know it's a B hit. He's going to alert him. Picker with this op needs to find a frag. Oh, it got flashed off. He's not going to get that frag. Nice flick there. Looking for more. Picker does know that they're in the side and it's a B hit. So just has to play this patient, though. Is going to continue to fight. This is interesting, but there it is, Reels. And Picker coming in 13-2 the score line for this half. Huge half. Huge half for Wisefrag as it's a slaughter on Dust 2 CT side. Can't say enough positive things here about Wisefrag. Unfortunately for Final Boss, it's not looking good at this point. They're really struggling to get things going. They're having a hard time making it work. A lot of respect for Final Boss as well to be here in the second round of these playoffs. And Final Boss is a worthy opponent for Wisefrag, and Wisefrag is doing everything they can to close this out. After the game, we'll try to talk to a little bit some of the Wisefrag guys and see what they thought about this match. You know, the ups and downs. It just seems at this point the ups really accept at the end there. You know, on you know, the end there on Mirage, it ended up being that Wisefrag. Oh, and there's Inte. Team kill City. Gets 3. Now casting the warm-up is kind of cheesy, but nonetheless, a little fun entertainment for you. If you have not seen anything going on here, you need to get involved here. I think Broken Legs actually is going to be able to connect back, and this is going to force Reels off. So Reels doing his job. Coming in there, doing his thing, trying to step in, get a couple frags, is able to do enough to where they are able to get it done. And here we are, second half about to begin. I want to say thank you and give a shout out to GG Cactus. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Here we go, Wisefrag. Playing it slow. Dust 2, T side. They had a solid CT side, 13 rounds, but can they find a way to... Oh, and Inte, the Zeus onto Picker. You want to talk about getting wrecked? Inte coming back with some salt in that Zeus and able to get it done so that the investment pays off, and Inte gets a frag. Cobalt coming out there. Nice frag on the Hunters, and this is looking good here for the CTs in a 5v3 situation. Bomb coming down. Planted for Cat. They're going to get back to Cat, but they've got to be careful. This CT onslaught's about to start happening here. Oh, they couldn't get the shots there. Narco in a 1v3. The terrorists on site could not get it done. Narco's fighting this as much as Narco can. Bomb gets defused while Narco's alive. Narco just trying to stay alive at this point. He is going to get this done. Well, surviving-wise, right? So I appreciate all you watching here. This is Wisefrag, second round playoffs, best of 3. Wisefrag having a 13-2 half, but there's Final Boss again, winning the pistol round. They did it on the first half. Can they do it on the second half? They do. But can they come back? I mean, this is a very, very hard thing for them to be able to do. This is going to be so challenging for Wisefrag to be able to lose this map. If they lose this map, it would be a disaster. And judge on their history, I just think it's going to be very hard for them to lose, as they are going to lose this round, probably. Narco, though, does find Cobalt with that scout. $1,700 investment working out. Really the only player to really watch right now for the Terrorists. I guess we could go check out what Hunders is doing here. He's going to fight with this MP7. Nice shot. So that's going to open it up into a 2v3. Doable for sure. And it really, you know, the MP7, good armor penetration, something that can be used to do some stuff there. There's your long range weapon. And Wisefrag, 44 seconds left on the clock. They do need to make it work. And here comes this push. It's going to be quick. They've got 30 seconds. Okay, here it goes. Random goes down. It's down to Narco in a 1v3. Does have the armor in the scout. I think smart to save it at this point. It's Narco. The jumping. Oh, Narco does find Moxie. Moxie making a mistake. But there's Narco going down. So, Narco getting 2 frags. It's huge. So, 13-4 the scoreline. And we have Wisefrag buying a couple pistols here. Understandables, they will get $2,400. And here comes the B hit. Like I talked about, they need to find a way to try to do something with the limited utilities that they've got. But Feint already has 3, excuse me. I almost said 4, you got 3. Wisefrag dropping 3 rounds in a row here. But this is where it comes down to this. The buy. Here comes the buy for Wisefrag. Oh, Feint getting hit a little bit there on the cross from that op shot. Take a look at what's happening over there on this A side. These players here, Moxie has to stop this, gets flashed out. They get out, they get 3 people out of A long. They're going to leave 1. They're going to leave Narco to try to find this pick. And Moxie might not expect this, and oh no, Moxie doesn't. So Moxie goes down. That's a critical shot by Narco. Cobalt actually flashing to get this op. Isolates 2 of the, these CTs over here. Kill happened while I was too paying attention to that shot. And now it's Cobalt alone on this A side with an op. Misses, it goes down. Broken legs back in the server. Hot. And it's all down to this. Wisefrag in a 4v2. They win this round. They're going to put Final Boss in a bad spot. But, oh, Flip goes for the aggressive peek. And Inte makes him pay for it. A 2v3 situation here coming out. The CTs needing to make their way in here. But I think they're going to play this a little bit slower, knowing they do have an op. They're actually committing to this. The jump comes out. Nothing's going to happen. Wisefrag 14-5 the scoreline here. Wisefrag just too strong at this point. And it's going to put Final Boss in a spot where they have to buy. You cannot let Wisefrag win any more rounds. Narco missing that shot at mid. But Narco is so important with that op. You know, finding that opening frag in that last round. Round 18, but actually that was round 19. Hunders finding a shot there, but there's Cobalt rushing up mid. Does find one. Picker takes him out. So many trades happening. It's down to a 2v2. The bombs in tunnels. All they got to do is flood the site. If they can do this, they should be able to win this round if they play the post plant correctly, especially since these CTs have very little health and Feint getting down even more. Here comes the bomb, so Feint is going to know, and Feint is actually thinking about going in there alone. But 1 AK bullet, and Feint actually thought that might have been a flash, so here comes the CTs. They're going to force their way in here. Flip taking out Feint. It's down to Moxie. No, it's not going to happen. Wisefrag 15-5. They're on the cusp of going to the third round with final boss's economy shattered in shambles. I don't see a reason why Wisefrag can't close it out right now. I want to welcome those of you coming in here tonight. A big shout out to all of you being here. Friends from other games, viewers of Wisefrag, and people that just love CS. This is fantastic to have you here. The CT's pushing out of long. This is really not a good idea to be doing this, but they don't have any other options here. It's down to a 2v4. Feint actually now alone on B site. In a 1v4. No way I can see this happening, even though he does have full armor. Maybe he's going to spot out Picker. And hits a little bit there, but not enough. So Wisefrag wins the game. 16-5. They are going to close it out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics here. Let's go ahead and pull that up for you very quickly here. As you can see here on the screen, just a slaughter. Let's go ahead and see if they are able to talk at this point. You know, it's just a really nice job by them. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get them in here and see if we can talk about this. But there it is. You can see it. Hit F11 here and get this full screen so you guys can see this entire thing. But this is just fantastic. Wisefrag winning this map 16-5. It was a slaughter. And, so just trying to get their attention to come talk to me at this point. I want to talk a little bit of post-game, maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll be heading off out of here. But Wisefrag, again, going in huge. And they're just able to get it done. I mean, this is fantastic for them. I mean, they needed to get this done here, and they close out this best of 3 in a 2-0 fashion. It was a slaughter on Dust 2. Not as much of a slaughter on that first map there. So I want to welcome in some of the guys here from Wisefrag here tonight. Remember, guys, follow me on Twitter, AwesomeSauceGTV. Check out wisefrag.com for more information on this ESEA team, as well as more information on anything Wisefrag. But you know, I've casted a lot of games, guys. You know, that we're going to go ahead and consider this, you know, a quick 5-minute post game. So I want to welcome Picker, Narco, Hunter's in here, and Flip. But guys, I mean,
you send me the Twitch?
Oh, sure, yeah, I can link you right now, sure.
I hit you with a nice little follow already.
Well, thank you guys very much. Really appreciate the support here. But you
Thanks
know,
to you.
You look at this is live on the air. You look at the big picture. You know, and yes, I'm in broadcast mode here because that's just how it is right now. I got about 5 minutes to talk here, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. I really don't think there's much to talk about. I mean, let's go back to the first map here. You're talking about, you know, Mirage. You know, personally, one of my favorite maps, and you can see here, it was a murder scene. I mean, a 13-2 half, a 13-2 half to start it out. I can't give enough credit to you guys on that. I mean, you came in there really hot and heavy, and you were able to get it done in that half.
Broken went ham on that map.
Yeah, and Flip.
You talk
pretty well too.
Talk a little bit more to me about your mindset after you got that 13-2 half.
We just wanted to close it out. We were really happy about that because, first of all, our scrim prior to the game tonight didn't go like as well as we planned, so we weren't too sure about Mirage. Like we didn't practice it a lot, but it turned out great. So at the half, we were like, all right, 13-2. We have this in the bag. We were ready to like move on to the. We just wanted to close it out at that point.
Yeah, you did, and you know, a string of rounds coming in from Final Boss at the end there. I believe it was 5 or 6 in a row, and I'm sure I saw a little bit of frustration in some of you guys as, you know, some aggressive buys that went up that big. Understandable.
Yeah, we really wanted to close it out, so I think we overextended a little bit. Well, should have saved like a little bit more. I think we had like 2 AKs at some point. We like force bought. We could have saved 2 AKs and then we pushed in and lost them or something. That wasn't very good.
Well, Flip, and talking about you know, Hunter's not having the greatest map there as far as the frags, but enough to get it done. And you talk about broken legs and Flip, both of you, Narco especially. I mean, all really high ADRs. but you talk about how well you played. I mean, just how does it feel to get 27 frags, Flip, and Broken Legs to get 27 as well? How does that feel going into that next map of Dust 2?
Well, of course it felt good, especially since on Dust 2, like it's a really aim-heavy map. I was really happy for Broken, actually. He just came in the channel as we speak.
Yeah, Broken.
I was happy for him. He like went ham on the first map, like dropped like close to 110 ADR or something.
Yeah, his ADR, according to what I have on ESEA officially, 104.7. I mean, that's sick. Broken, just really quick, you talk about, Mirage, the first map you guys had. Talk to me a little bit about, how it felt to get 27 frags, as well as that 1v2 you did.
Is he even here?
Are you?
He got moved in. So I just kind of was like, oh, he's here.
Okay. He might be AFK.
That's
What
understandable.
1v2 are you talking about?
He pulled off a 1v2 according to my stat sheet. Now I can't actually remember specifically the 1v2. I
Dust
figured,
2?
yeah, no, it was Mirage. It was
Mirage.
I do remember specifically though Feint pulling off that 1v3 to get on Mirage to give the CTs the first round in final boss.
Right.
I'm sure that was frustrating with you guys. You had 3 alive, but he played it so smart. So that was the only downside of Mirage. Let's go ahead and move on to Dust 2 if you guys are okay with that. And
Sure.
This is a complete slaughter. I really don't know how to put this. I mean, 16-5. I mean, I consider anything under 16-7, 16-6 to be a murder scene. Clearly here, Picker, huge game for you. Hunter's actually stepping up huge, totally turning it around 180. So Hunter's a nice job by him. And, talking about Hunter's, wasn't dogging him from that first map, but coming back like that for him, I saw some stuff at mid that was really beautiful to watch. And Hunters, I don't know if you want to talk right now, and if you don't, that's fine. But somebody else wants to talk. Seeing Hunters come in like that after that first map, a little frustrated, but it seems like he came back pretty hard.
Hunters, oh?
Hunters is like,
Well, I know he's happy. Like, I know, like, after the first map, he was like, fuck, I should have fragged more, And I was like, just chill out. I know you're going to frag the hell out of Dust 2, Because he plays mid on that map. He's really confident at mid, so he always frags out at mid on Dust 2.
Oh, and most notably too, I mean, like he was doing good with the op, according to ESEA, most deadly. So clearly getting a lot of frags. To close that out. Now talk a little bit about what happened to Broken Legs. Are we clear what happened there? Because he dropped from the server and there was some confusion, at least on my end. Obviously, probably not on yours.
Yeah, his like client dropped him or something. He had to like reinstall the client. He did. It still didn't work. So we had to bring in RLZ or backup. So we played a couple of rounds with him, and then like he rebooted, reinstalled the ESEA client again, and it stopped kicking him from games. So like we brought him back at the half.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. On Dust 2, there really wasn't at any point where I felt like you guys were throwing the game away. But, I mean, Final Boss did do some stuff that, in that second half again, trying to, that pistol round and that Zeus.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Who got Zeus?
That was Zeus in the lower
it's
tunnels.
me.
Picker
Oh,
got
Yeah,
Zeus.
Picker got Zeus. On lower.
I was. What the fuck, man? How much HP he got?
Well, it was classic because I'm like sitting there like, what are they going to do to get back into this? And then that happened, and I'm like, maybe this is the spark they Final Boss needed. But Final Boss themselves, I mean, not a bad team. I mean, this isn't a team coming in. This isn't a team that was horrible. But you guys really just mopped the floor with them, and there's really not much negative to say about what you guys did there. Again, the ADR's high, for most of you, high 90s, broken, only breaking 100, but there's really not much negative to talk about here. And there's it's almost like there's nothing to talk about because you guys played so well at this point. So now what happens next for you guys after this best of 3 win in the round 2 of the ESEA Open playoffs?
We're gonna schedule our match for Sunday probably. We're gonna have to work on train, I think. Is it train?
I think.
It says
We're
you're
gonna have to
going.
work on train because we didn't like play train.
Yeah, train, overpass, Inferno.
Yeah, we didn't scrim train or overpass yet, so we're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, it says here train Sunday at 9 p.m. Central. The nerds coming into this seem to, they're 2-0 at this point. It seems to me like they have a decent idea of what they're going to be doing here coming into this. If you take a look at they only lost 2 games in the regular season. They've 16-0'd some teams in the regular season as well. They've 2-0'd the past two teams, 800 in the pocket and 7 deadly sins. And they're going to have a tall task with you guys in this next round. Anything else and any final thoughts you guys have to say before we go ahead and sign out?
I just want to thank you for the cast, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you,
Yeah.
and I hope it went well for you. Hope it was interesting for your viewers as well.
Oh, it was fantastic. Well, sorry about the stuttering. I was streaming from CSGO. I changed it to monitor capture. It actually works so much better than streaming from the actual game capture. So those of you watching that is
You
the
have
issue
your
I had.
you have your past broadcast
Yeah.
enabled?
Yeah, it'll be available.
Oh, we're gonna check it out then.
Yeah,
Sweet.
sure.
Well, for those of you watching here at Awesome Sauce Gaming TV saying thanks for watching, Wisefrag winning this best of 3 2-0, a slaughter on Mirage and Dust 2. We'll be back soon. Hopefully my co-caster RPA will be back to help me cast whatever next map we do for Wisefrag. But this team moving on to the next round. I want to say thank you to Greppo and our entire crew here at Awesome Sauce Gaming TV saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.